Good morning, it's Wednesday, May 14th. And while I live in a great and beautiful country and have had a very good life living here, periodically I find that we do many foolish things. And one of the foolish things that we do is in the way we create national budgets and the way we attempt to cut certain items and increase other items. And you can never get total agreement within our Congress and Senate. So House Republicans have unveiled a spending bill that has $900 billion in spending cut. And those spending cuts are going to be included in Trump's big, beautiful bill. And that is escalating a fight over Medicaid. Now, Medicaid is critical to the universe of people that live in the United States. So the Republicans released this plan to slash this $900 billion over the next decade. So that's $100 billion a year. And that's to help pay for President Trump's big, beautiful agenda bill. So the proposal from the Energy and Commerce Committee also calls for eliminating climate change initiative in former Joe Biden's bill and roll back other green energy projects. And let's get back some of our unspent funds on loans and grants. So this panel of so-called experts in energy and commerce has been assigned to come up with more than $1.5 trillion in total cut that House Republicans are eyeing to throw into the lap of our wonderful President Trump. The committee's main job was figuring out what to do about Medicaid. Yes, mess with the country's health. That's the important place. Don't look at other areas. Don't figure out what big business can do and what people who are making millions and billions of dollars can do. Go after Medicaid. Now, Medicaid has a budget roughly of $618 billion. And that's important money. It provides insurance to more than 70 million low-income Americans. So are we going to produce a bill that is going to screw the poorest people in this country? Who are these people in Congress working for? It doesn't look like they're working for the general population to me. Medicaid is a distinct program from Medicare, and it provides health insurance to Americans who are 65 and older. And the GOP plans also to make some reforms to Medicare, but they don't want to admit to any significant cuts at this. So the Republican proposals for entitlement reform call for a mandated 80-hour per month work requirement on able-bodied adults 19 to 64 years old who are enrolled in these programs. Volunteer work and schools would count toward the requirement. And states that enroll in the Affordable Care Act expansion of Medicaid will see federal reimbursement rates drop around 10% if illegal immigrants are part of the program. Who in their right mind wants to hurt people, even if they're in this country illegally. We have to take care of everybody. If they're in this country illegally and they're unhealthy, we should make them healthy and ship them out. And Medicare beneficiaries with incomes over the federal poverty level, which is a ridiculous $15,650 a year, have to pay up to $35 per medical service. So if you're making more than $15,000 a year, you have to pay something. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's going to be eligibility checks on expanded Medicaid every 6 months. The Biden administration did them once a year. So that's supposedly an improvement. But we're going to piss away money if these people are looking at this stuff every 6 months instead of every year. They may need more people to do the job. And states will be banned from adding or increasing provider taxes to help finance their portion of Medicaid costs. And there'll be a ban on Medicaid and children's health insurance programs, which comes from gender-affirming care. So there's going to be large restrictions on abortion providers who are getting Medicaid funding. So we're going to punish those people who need an abortion? What are we coming to here? We have people who don't recognize the needs of our population, and they're screwing around with the medical care that our population desperately needs. And they're getting rid of middlemen pharmacy benefit managers who are charging higher prices to Medicaid than they actually pay for drugs. Well, anybody who is doing business is not going to do business to not make a profit. So a lot of the things that they are looking at now don't make any sense to me. And these measures that they're going to put in place are going to screw 8.6 million Americans by causing them to lose their health insurance. And $715 billion worth of cuts over the 10-year period has been estimated to be requested by the Democrats. So this whole healthcare situation is a big mess right now. And I don't believe that this Congress and their leaders are qualified to get it straightened out. So they are going to put the fear into these attacks on Medicaid. And we, the general public, will suffer for the ignorance of our leaders. So I leave you with that. A mess about to occur. A mess in healthcare that we desperately need. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.